Welcome to Angry Retro Gamer Presents. I'm playing The Walking Dead Destinies. I pre-ordered it. And, I don't think it's that bad. I've seen on YouTube and other places, people really don't like this game. And to be honest with you, it's not the greatest game. It's really cheaply made. A lot of times the buttons are unresponsive, like if you go to swing at an enemy, he doesn't swing, or he swings 3 or 4 times, when you're stuck in the animation. But in my personal opinion, this game ain't that bad. Obviously, it's a budget game, but it's been fun so far. I've played about an hour of it, or maybe a little more, and I've been enjoying it. After I got used to, the jankiness of the game, because it is janky, it's not that bad. It's actually fun once you get used to it. This part right here wasn't so bad, but it's a cheap game. But is it worth the $30 that it costs now? Yeah. Is it worth the $50 that I paid for it? Probably not. But in my opinion, it is worth playing. So if you're out there and you're wondering about the game, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, I'd give it a shot. I'd buy it and play the game, because it's not that bad. I wouldn't buy into all the hype about how horrible the game is, because it's not a good game. But is it worth playing for a Walking Dead fan? Of course it is.
Go to the west side of the
playing as Maggie.
There's another entrance to the gym there.
I have to admit that my very least favorite character in the entire Walking Dead is Maggie. To me, she just seems like she's mean, and I cannot stand her. And you'll see in the video the decision I make that reflects that opinion
Have to
of
get
Maggie.
to Shane. Thank God this isn't my first
The
time.
controls are really janky. Like, I backed the sensitivity for the aiming all the way down to 1, and it's still pretty twitchy and moves really fast. It's hard to get aimed on the enemies, but it's something you do get used to.
I'm exhausted.
The IA in this game is pretty bad. As you can see, this boss enemy is stuck in the corner. He won't move. He won't swing. He won't do anything. He's just standing there. It takes a lot away from this boss fight, but it is what it is.
Reload. Gotta get out of here.
Shane, help!
I had trouble on some of the decisions you make in this game, but this decision was by far the easiest one. I wouldn't even dream of choosing Maggie over Carl.
God forgive me. I'm sorry. It has to be this way.
Shane, no!
They're in the woods.
This too shall pass. Somehow we'll get through it.
Need to get out of here.
The IA in this game is horrible. Look at how stupid these enemies are. Human enemies. Look at them.
Reload.
Like, look at how long it takes them to pull the trigger. Like, it's baffling to me of how bad the IA is. But the thing is, it's not always like that. I went through this part a couple times, and sometimes they're right on you and they're shooting. Other times they're standing there looking at you like you're stupid. It's really baffling of the range of how bad the IA is in the game.
Reload.
The skill tree in the game is pretty normal. You choose who you want to give the skill points to and what their moves are and all that. Dale, he's my favorite character in The Walking Dead, so he was my first to fill up his skill tree. And it's pretty normal. It's awfully generous with the skill points. Like, I have 140 some skill points, and some of them only cost 1 point. So it's not hard to fill up your favorite character's skill points.
That's gonna be great. Hey, this'll come in handy. 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 That's gonna be great. See what else needs.
The expeditions is another thing I don't fully understand, but I guess during every mission you're on, it pops up where it gives you a decision to make to tell the other person what to do. And I guess that's the only thing that dictates whether or not it will be a success. And I wasn't figuring them out. I failed most of them, so I'm not exactly sure how that works. Now, this is what I like about the game. This is why I tell you to play the game if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. Being able to choose how the story is going to play out in a different way definitely has its appeal. I sit here and think about how to answer this question for 35 seconds before I can decide what to do. Then I end up running around this area with infinite spawning enemies for 30 minutes before I finally figured out that you can move these crates.
My blood's boiling!
At this point in the game, I felt like I was pretty well adapted to the mechanics and to the jank. It's still fairly early in the game. Seeing this barn empty when I busted it open gave me a pretty good laugh. It starts to get funny, like you're waiting for something janky to happen so you can laugh at it, and it actually becomes entertaining. Who knows why they couldn't make the cutscenes actually move instead of being still images. But in all actuality, it really didn't bother me that much. The cutscenes are still pretty interesting in my opinion, and I enjoyed them all.
Look, I know you did what you thought was right, but...
Too much noise.
What?
We made too much noise. We should check the fences. Make sure all that gunfire didn't draw more walkers.
All right. Let's do a sweep. So this is where you plan to do it?
As good a place as any. It ain't gonna be easy, but Lori will get over you. They done it before. They just gonna have to.
You gonna kill me in cold blood? Take my place so you can screw my wife? Have my children? My children! Call you daddy? Is that what you want?
I'm a better father than you, Rick. I'm better for Lori than you, man, because I'm a better man than you, Rick, because I'd fight for her. Raise your gun.
I won't. You're gonna have to shoot an unarmed man. Now listen to me, Shane. There is still a way back from this. Nothing has happened here. We're gonna lay down our guns. We're gonna walk back to the farm. Together. Back to Lori. Put this all behind us.
Bullshit. This only ends one way. Only one of us is going back to that farm.
Another fairly easy decision to make right here. Being a fan of the show, my first playthrough here, I'm definitely going to choose Rick. I like Shane, you know, but for my first playthrough, I'm definitely going to pick Rick. That's what gives the game some replay value, because I'm definitely going to go back, and in this position, I'm going to choose Shane next time to see what happens. That's what makes the game so interesting to me. I really enjoyed this boss fight with Shane. As everybody that watches the show knows, Shane is a badass, and that is reflected in this boss fight. This dude is ruthless and seems to be able to find me and shoot me no matter what I do or where I go. It took me several attempts to beat him.
Always thought you's better than me, but you're not! You made me do this! I'm sorry, Shane!
I'm excited to go back and play the game, choosing Shane, to see how that plays out. I think that's very interesting.
Look at this! Stop blaming me!
I still can't figure out what the consequences of these group conflicts is, or how to make it go the way you want.
What's the matter? You afraid? Come into my house? Try to kick me out? I don't think so. Fucking pussy. Give it up.
I had fun with the fight against Andrew. It wasn't very hard. I pretty much kicked his ass. Took him down the first try. It was at this time, it was getting late, and I was seriously considering going to bed.
Won't you die already?
But this game was getting hard for me to put down. I just couldn't stop playing.
After you, I'm gonna kill everyone you love, one by one.
I ended up staying up and playing the game for several more hours, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I really did have fun playing this game. Even with all the problems it has, it's still an overall fun game to play and a good experience. It kept me pretty well entertained the whole way through the first playthrough. I really started to enjoy the combat. You got plenty of different things you can do. You can shoot, you can strong attack, you can hold the button down to do like a combo attack, you got stealth attack. It's actually a decent amount of variety to the combat for what the game is, you know. I was pretty satisfied with the gameplay throughout the whole game.
Give me a break.
Again, on another one of these group conflicts, I find myself taking a long time to try to figure out what the choice is that I need to make here to get the desired effects. Like, I would like to keep Carl from getting killed, but I'm not sure if this is decided random or if the choice I make actually makes a difference. Episode 14 was a lot of fun. I finally got to play as Daryl in my first playthrough. Lots of guys with guns, but I really enjoyed the mission. It was a challenge, but I was able to beat it. I noticed they give you the crossbow, but only one arrow, so I never even tried to use it. I was eventually able to pick up the shotgun and then the machine gun after that.
Lock and load.
Playing as Michonne was awesome. She is by far the best character in the game as far as combat goes. Her sword kills enemies much faster and is much easier to use and has more reach.
They must have a baby. I need to get this baby. We got company! There's a town. Woodbury. About 75 survivors. Your man was taken there.
A whole town? You know a way in?
Place is secure from walkers, but we could slip our way through. Listen, though. Nothing in Woodbury is how it looks.
After about an hour of running around Woodbury, fighting, shooting, hiding in bushes, I was finally able to make it to the end after I just gave up on trying to kill everybody.
All right, gotta stay busy. Keep the mind sharp.
Sharp as the devil.
No! Please, don't hurt my little girl.
The decision to kill the governor's daughter was pretty quick and easy. I wouldn't leave her alive.
No! Rick, let's have a talk.
Let them go! You got a tank. You don't need hostages.
I do. This is just to show you I'm serious. Not to blast a hole in our new home. You and your people, you have till sundown to get out of here. I have a tank, and I'm letting you walk away from here. What else is there to talk about?
Now we can all live in the prison, or none of us can.
It could work.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. This is between me and Rick.
This decision, I kind of had to think for a minute. But when it comes down to it, I'm not ready to give up Michonne and that sword. Because her combat is so much better than the other characters. It made the decision pretty easy to who I'm going to let die.
No!
Daryl is the only one with the balls to take out the tank. now Rick is gonna mess him up.
You and me now.
This fight was pretty fun too. A little harder than any of the other fights because of the fire.
You're weak.
What a pain in the ass.
Get off of me!
But it was still pretty fun, and I was able to eventually beat the governor.
Get out of here! No more. Story ends here. Ah!
Don't hit our people.
And then, after some pretty fun sniping, I was able to escape from the prison alive. I won't spoil the rest of the game for you, and I won't tell you the characters that you see in the rest of the game. You'll just have to buy the game and play it yourself to find out how it ends in your particular playthrough.
Steady now.
Since this is my first playthrough, I don't know if it's different every time or if it'll be the same or if your choices make a difference. All of those things are still a mystery to me. But I am going to start a new playthrough and I am going to find out.
Finders keepers.
I hope you enjoyed the video and seeing the game through the perspective of a big fan of the Walking Dead show. Thanks for watching.
PlayStation